Once upon a time, 6 kittens in Catsburg ran for state representative. Their election system used to be just like the one we use in Oregon today. Kittens could choose to join one of 2 major parties, or not, but only those in a major party could participate in the first election, called the primary, which left a third of the voters and all independent candidates out in the cold. Even worse, just like Oregon today, 3 out of 4 of Catlandia's districts provided one of the parties a dominant advantage, meaning that the winner of the primary election for that party always won the general election. In total, between the independents totally excluded from the primary in all districts and the voters excluded from the dominant party primary in dominated districts, fully 47% of the voters had no effective voice in who represented them, including an actual majority of voters in an actual majority of districts. Even the dominant voters had limited choices, and Catlandia's governing bodies were predictably polarized and gridlocked. Fortunately, the Supreme Court had given meaning to the principle of one kitten, one vote by declaring that every kitten's vote should carry an equal weight. When they realized that their votes weren't equal, that in fact nearly half of them from all corners of the political spectrum were shut out, the kittens decided to change their election process. They devised a unified primary election that lets everyone participate equally and puts all the candidates on the same ballot. For each candidate, voters can either vote support or leave it blank, meaning that in the unified primary, voters can support all the candidates they like, no matter which hats they wear. The 2 supported by the most voters advance to the general election, where all the voters choose between them. The result is a better democracy and much happier kittens. In the unified primary, every voter gets an equal voice on each candidate, so voters can vote support for all the candidates they really like instead of just voting against the one they really don't. Every candidate campaigns to all the voters without having to toe the party line first, and independent and minor party candidates compete equally in the process without being immediately discarded as a spoiler. There's no vote splitting, no more primarying, and no wasted votes. The moral of the story is that if the kittens could fix their democracy, we can fix ours too. Connect with the campaign at oregon.unifiedprimary.org to find out how.